Lifestyle investing. Well, we invest based off our lifestyle to build a future lifestyle. Mike, myself, and then my dad's here knocking out some questions about investing. He's got, 55 years investing experience?
Yeah, probably.
Not bad.
Yeah, probably.
Not bad. All right, so what we're going to talk about today is, and this might not be relevant to everybody, but it is relevant to everybody.
Yeah, it is.
It depends just how you apply it.
Yeah, that's right.
How does someone invest in their kids?
Yeah. And the why of that is, and here's going to bring the relevance to everybody, is that even if you don't have any kids, you still have your childhood experience that you carry with you everywhere. So sometimes, and I've learned this in my adult life, you have to parent yourself. So that you can apply the same things that I apply with my 6-year-old daughter, I have to apply to myself sometimes. So it's how do you invest in yourself? How do you invest in your kids? And that's the why, is because we're trying to bring that out. We're trying to bring out the best in these situations in our life and bring out the best in ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah. So question is, real question, I really wanted to ask this question to you because I love Vernie. He's a really dear friend, and I just see what he's doing in his life and it just blows me away. I love it. And so I got to think, well, you were there with this kid when he was, being raised up in your house, snot nose, at the dinner table, everything. Yeah. So, I mean, little boy Vernie, so how, walk me through a little bit of how, I know, like we talked about earlier when we weren't filming, of just, we can't really control what our children's personalities are going to be, but how do you cultivate it and how do you encourage and that kind of thing? So talk about that. Yeah.
So it's, we have 4 kids, and each kid has their own personality, and it's really important to look at those personalities and understand them. And we definitely we bring God into the arena because we believe that without some higher being, it's really difficult, especially if you want to follow that definition of success, the continuous journey towards the achievement of predetermined worthwhile goals, and that can be embedded within each child. And so then we work on that formula. And we really surround ourselves with God and trying to understand each kid and expose them to different elements. And it's not just money. And now, granted, Vernie, we worked with, had the opportunity to work with Vernie at a young age, getting a stock account and so forth, and introducing him to that, but also introducing to a lot of other things. Sports and things of that nature.
And travel too, right?
And a lot of travel.
Seeing different cultures.
Time. That's right, different cultures, because the world is a small place. Yeah. And also I like boating a lot, and I feel that can bring a family together. Oh. And so we have a boat, and typically when we go out in a boat, people want to come.
Yeah.
And so that it's a magnet, and it brings bonding, brings memories together. Oh, yeah. So always have to think of what is it that we can have a memorable experience together as a family, and something that will bring everybody together at the same time.
Is that what it is?
Well, no, I'm just kidding. If that's what it is.
No, because you go on vacation and then you want a free scuba, and so they tell you,
wait,
how are you going to create a memory without our timeshare?
Well, I think you can do it without a timeshare.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
and that is not an investment, by the way. Right. Timeshares are not an investment.
Horrible. Yeah.
So, but
yeah, I hear that creating memories, like the ability to draw back on the foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I like what you said about getting him to see that the world is small, because I think that's really valuable, and I want to do that with Jordan, because then the world's not so scary. Mm-hmm. Because the thing that I think people are the most afraid of is the unknown. That's the reason for a lot of social problems and, racism or anything. It's, I don't know enough about your culture, so I'm afraid of it kind of thing. It's that I don't know enough about investing, or I don't know enough about the world, so I'm going to just stay in my own little place.
Cocoon.
Yeah, my cocoon.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
great word
true.
for that.
That is true.
So, yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Well, prior to being married with a bunch of kids, I had the opportunity to travel to 41 different countries. Now it's more than 41 now. I haven't even added them all up. But we brought that to our kids because it was part of us. So both my wife and I have traveled a lot before even having children. So we were able to introduce that as well. And it's been a real positive on each child to be able to travel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And so tell one story about something that you saw in Vernie's life where you either had to add a correction or some encouragement, something that stands out to you about something that has helped him along his path.
Yeah, so one big thing, Vernie wanted to be a professional basketball player. And that was one of his perceived goals that he was striving for. And as a result, a counselor sat him down and talked to him straight on and explained that, well, that may not be a worthwhile goal.
Mm-hmm.
And Vernie was able to adjust to that and then look at different areas and went on continuing that journey, but just evaluated and continued on with the journey. And then he's still evaluating and continuing on with the journey. So.
But I think one good thing too about that is there was never an instance where he said, yeah, you can't be in the NBA. Right?
Yeah.
He just trusted in me
Yeah.
that I would figure it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's powerful, and that's actually really wonderful.
It is. Because you have that influence over your kid without
you could
actually
shut him down. You could like put the dark cloud.
Exactly.
over him.
Because then if my dad was saying you can't be in the NBA, then I'm just gonna focus on it more to prove my dad wrong. Right. So
That's a good point.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think
so that's a real show of like not afraid love, but like real genuine strategic love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I see. It's like the love that comes with a strategy of like, how do I? Because you know what your desired result was, but it was to also keep him experiencing life to the fullest and believing in yourself. Yeah, so that's awesome.
That's good. Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I just want to wrap up 15 seconds real quick.
Okay.
So I think the without raising a kid or anything like that, I think one of the biggest things is just the role model effect, right? Yeah. Where if you live day to day as a man of integrity, a man of discipline, a man of God, a man of a great husband, a great businessman, a great investor, a great whatever it is, great at what it is, your kids will look at that, whether they say anything or not. They're gonna admire that.
Yeah, I gotta take it another 15 seconds because I was just thinking about it this morning. Because my daughter, she'll want to exercise with me in the morning. I have my daily discipline of like, you know, the definition for me of a discipline is doing it every day, even if I don't want to, you know, but she'll come and sit down with me during my crunches or my leg lifts or stuff. And so she knows, she sees me doing this. She sees how I interact with people and love and forgiveness. Like, so she's catching it. You know, they say kids, they'll catch it before. They're not taught, it's caught. You know, things to your kids are not taught, they're caught. They catch it from watching. So, yeah.
Boom, man, that's 7 minutes right there. Let's wrap up. See you later, guys.